Everyone loves to talk about work-life balance, like it's some magical 50-50 split, as if your business politely stays on its side of the line while the rest of your life does the same.
Out of sight, out of mind.
But if you're a contractor couple, you know that's adorable and wildly unrealistic. Your life doesn't break out a calculator to divide itself evenly. Your business certainly doesn't, and your kids definitely don't.
You're so naive. You are so naive.
Some days the job site runs long. Some days the school nurse calls again. And some days the client moves the deadline, the materials arrive damaged, and your dog throws up on the rug, all before 10 a.m.
I can't keep doing this forever.
And yet we look around wondering, why can't I get this whole balance thing right? But here's the part nobody tells you about, because it doesn't fit nicely on a Pinterest board. Balance isn't a 50-50 lifestyle. It's a season. Some weeks, your business needs you more. Some weeks, your family needs more. Some days, you just feel like you need a nap and a carb.
We're gonna eat pie in bed.
And before we wrap this video, I'm going to share the one belief that is quietly poisoning your idea of balance. The belief that keeps contractor couples stuck in guilt, resentment, and burnout. And once you shift it, everything changes. But first, welcome back to Built for Two, CEO Edition. Well, hey there. I'm Kimberly Ferguson, CEO and founder of The Emerald Edge. Here in the Emerald Corner, we talk about money, leadership, and the systems that keep your business steady and your marriage standing. Because building a business with your spouse is its own special adventure, and balance hits differently when you're both in the same boat.
You know, we're in this together, man.
Today, we're unpacking a big one. Why work-life balance is a myth and what actually works instead.
Well, it was never real, was it?
Let's get this out of the way. You're not broken. You're not behind. And you're definitely not the only contractor couple who feels like your time is being pulled in 17 directions all at once. The whole world keeps preaching work-life balance like it's a fixed ratio. But real balance doesn't behave like that. Real balance moves, it flexes, it shifts, it responds to the season you're in, instead of demanding perfection from you. And today we're going to walk through why balance isn't a split, it's an ebb and flow, how to stop feeling guilty when life or business needs more of you, the mindset shift contractor couples must adopt to thrive, and how to build the systems and expectations that make balance feel doable, not imaginary.
Why are these things never clear?
And by the end of this video, my friend, you'll stop trying to juggle perfection and start creating harmony that actually works for the life you have and the business you've built. Are you ready? Let's get into the real talk.
As ready as I'll ever be.
Somewhere along the line, someone decided that work-life balance meant splitting everything evenly, like your time, your energy, and your sanity were pieces of a pie you could just divide with a ruler. Cute. Wrong, but cute. Because here's what contractor couples know better than anyone. You don't get to control the chaos. Some days the business is the priority. Not because you're a workaholic, but because payroll is due, a client moved their timeline up, or your supplier finally delivered materials you ordered in 2023.
Yes, I'm going to have to work late.
Other days, well, life demands the wheel. The kids get stuck, your spouse hits a wall and needs a reset. Your brainwaves decide they're done collaborating for the day. Or your marriage needs actual quality time, not fall asleep next to each other on the couch while scrolling TikTok time. The idea that both sides will always need equal attention, that's the myth. That's making you feel like you're failing. Balance doesn't mean equal. Balance means responsive. It means understanding that your business will have seasons of demand and your life will have seasons of demand. And neither is a sign you're doing anything wrong.
Oh, it's not as bad as I thought it would be.
Think about it like construction. That's what you're good at, right? You don't pour concrete, frame walls, and run electrical all at the same time. Different phases require different focus. And you'd never say, wow, we spent more time framing than painting this month. Something must be wrong. No, it's a phase. And life works the exact same way. For contractor couples, the pressure of the 50-50 myth creates guilt where there should be teamwork. It creates resentment where there should be grace. And it creates self-doubt where there should be understanding.
Oh, you know what? I was looking at it upside down.
So if you've been thinking, I'm not balancing all this well, well, the truth is, you're trying to balance something that doesn't exist. And once you drop the expectation of the perfect equilibrium, you make room for something that actually works.
Well, nothing else is working.
If you've ever tried to force your life into a neat, predictable rhythm, you know exactly how fast the world laughs in your face, especially when you run a business with your spouse. Because here's the truth. No guru on Instagram wants to say out loud, your work-life balance will change weekly, sometimes daily, sometimes 3 times before lunch.
I can't keep this up, man.
And that doesn't mean something's broken. It means you're human. It means you're building something real. It means your life is actually alive, not a perfectly color-coded spreadsheet.
Perfectly imperfect.
Think about the way your business runs. Construction has seasons, busy seasons, slow seasons, chaotic seasons. There are weeks when you're juggling client deadlines, delayed materials, 3 subcontractors who suddenly forgot how to read their calendars, and a surprise permit inspection that shows up early. During those weeks, balance looks like survival. Like takeout dinners, tag teaming bedtimes, and pausing your fun couple selves until the drywall dust settles.
Almost there. Almost there. Ah.
And then there are other weeks, the sweet ones, where projects are flowing, clients are happy, and the phone isn't ringing off the hook. Those weeks, the business can breathe, so you can breathe. Maybe you get an actual date night in. Maybe you take Friday off. Maybe you remember what silence sounds like. That's a shift. That's the ebb and flow. That's what balance really looks like for couples who are building a business and a life together. And here's the kicker, though. When you stop expecting balance to be constant, you stop feeling defeated when life tilts one way. You stop thinking we're doing something wrong and instead start thinking it's this week's season. We'll adjust.
This is all temporary.
The couples who thrive in business and in marriage aren't the ones who split everything evenly. They're the ones who stay flexible, who communicate, who trade off when needed, who shift roles without making it a scorecard. Balance isn't a formula you perfect. It's a capacity you strengthen together.
We're stronger together.
Somewhere along the way, someone convinced business owners that changing the plan means you messed up the plan. But let me say this as clearly as I possibly can. Flexibility is not failure. Flexibility is leadership, especially when you're running a business with your spouse. Rigid CEOs snap. Flexible CEOs shift. And shift is what keeps couples in business and in love.
Be flexible. See what happens.
Think about your real life for a second. Your kids get sick. A pipe bursts. A subcontractor disappears into thin air. Your spouse needs backup on a job. A client decides today is the day they would like to rethink the entire design. If your definition of balance relies on every day going smoothly, you're going to be disappointed by 8:07 a.m. But when you build flexibility into the structure of your business, that's when things change. For couples, flexibility sounds like you take the morning site visit, I'll handle the client calls. Or you're fried today, I've got the bids, take a breather. Or this week, the business needs you more. Next week, I'll take the load. And for your team, flexibility looks like giving them the clarity and tools to adapt without you having to micromanage every pivot.
Pivot!
Here's the magic most contractor couples don't realize. When you allow the plan to shift without spiraling, well, you create a culture that can weather any storm. The business stays steady. Your marriage stays steady. You stay steady. Flexibility isn't about chaos. It's not about winging it. It's definitely not about carrying everything on your shoulders. It's about being confident enough to say, we can adjust and we'll still be okay. Rigid things break. Flexible things bend. And bending is what keeps the whole system from snapping under pressure. If your schedule looks like a game of Tetris played by someone who hates you, you don't have a balance problem. You have a margin problem. Most contractor couples don't actually need more time. They need more space inside the time they already have. Because balance doesn't thrive in chaos. Balance thrives in margin. So margin is the open space on your calendar, the buffer, the breathing room that lets your life happen without everything collapsing like a poorly built deck. Margin is what allows you to say yes to the things that matter and no to the things that drain you without burning the whole business down in the process.
I am putting out fires all over the place today.
For couples running a business together, margin looks like having 30-minute window between jobs so you're not white-knuckling the drive across town. Scheduling admin or estimating time on purpose instead of squeezing it in between site visits. Leaving space for conversations that aren't about invoices, subcontractors, or who forgot to order materials. Protecting nights or weekends so you still actually like each other.
So you can spend more time doing the things that matter.
And here's the kicker. Margin isn't just for you. It's for your team, too. If your people don't have breathing room, you'll feel the fallout, instantly. Mistakes, delays, burnout, bottlenecks, resentment. Your team mirrors the pace you set. So if you run frantic, they do too. If you create margin, they operate from strength instead of survival. Margin isn't laziness. Margin is leadership. It's the structure that gives your business flexibility, your marriage safety, and your days a chance to actually work. Because at the end of the day, balance isn't built by squeezing more in. Balance is built by protecting the space around what matters most.
We'll find the right balance.
Somewhere along the way, work-life balance started sounding like a Pinterest graphic. A perfectly even scale, soft lighting, and maybe a plant in the background. Real life, especially business owners with your spouse life, looks nothing like that. Balance is not 50-50. Balance is not a fixed formula. Balance is not the same every day.
Let's call it unpredictable.
Balance is personal. Balance is seasonal. Balance shifts. And that's not failure, that's reality. There will be weeks when the business needs more of both of you. Big projects, big deadlines, emergency repairs. Busy season hits, and you lean in together. There will also be weeks when life needs more of you. Family stuff, health stuff, burnout creeping in. And the business has to flex around that. Balance isn't created by forcing your life into a rigid equation. Balance is created by understanding. This week, the business is the priority. And this week, our life is the priority. And knowing you're allowed to adjust without guilt.
And then I have guilt-free permission.
For contractor couples, that flexibility is survival. Some seasons require long days together on job sites. Others require one of you stepping back to rest while the other carries the load. And some seasons, you're tag teaming like a well-oiled machine. Others, you're just surviving and figuring it out as you go. But here's what matters. Balance isn't about equal time. It's about intentional time. It's about knowing what matters right now and giving yourselves permission to honor that without feeling like you're doing it wrong. Because you're not doing it wrong. You're doing it real. A real balance beats perfect balance every single time.
Really? Really?
So here's what I want you to walk away with. You are not supposed to keep everything perfectly balanced. You are not supposed to split exactly 50-50 between work and life. And you are definitely not supposed to feel guilty every time the scale tips. Your business is alive. Your life is alive. And anything alive moves, shifts, stretches, recalibrates. The real skill, the one most couples never develop, is learning how to stay connected to each other while everything else moves. Balance isn't about perfection, it's about partnership. It's about knowing when to lean in, when to lean back, and when to hand each other the metaphorical wrench and say, your turn, babe.
So I'm officially passing the baton to you.
You're not behind, you're not broken, and you're definitely not doing it wrong. You're just doing it real. And that's what actually works.
Cool. Go, 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 go.
So here's your question of the week. What season are you in right now? And does your schedule actually reflect it? Are you in a season that requires more business focus, more family focus, more rest, more delegation, more teamwork? Text it to your spouse. Talk about it tonight over dinner. Then make one small shift to support the season you're actually in, not the one you think you're supposed to be in.
Duck season. Wabbit season.
And if you want help creating a business that flexes with your life instead of fighting against it, you can always schedule a business health review with us at the Emerald Edge. We'll help you see where your systems, numbers, and workload need to shift so balance becomes possible, not theoretical.
It's doable. Definitely doable.
This has been Built for Two, where systems keep your business steady, strategy helps it grow, and building it with your soulmate makes the whole adventure worth it. I hope this episode gives you the permission you need to redefine balance on your terms and to stop beating yourself up over being a human in a season that changes. Because the grind got you here, but leading with intention is what takes you to the next level without costing you your marriage, your sanity, or your joy.
Thanks, Kim.
I hope you have a fantastic day, and I will see you in my next video.